Okay. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
My name is Roland Corrette Myers.
Nice to meet you. I've got a question for you. How has the government shutdown affected you or anyone you know?
Actually, I have a couple of really close friends who were firefighters up in the National Forest in eastern Washington, and so they're both out of a job right now, which is a little bit of a bummer. Since we're all sort of recent college graduate age people, it's anything that you can get in terms of employment is really, really helpful. I also recently lost my food stamp eligibility, which is sort of a challenge, and I can respect the need for reappropriating money for welfare programs and things like that, but not completely shutting it off to most of America.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't affected me at all, because I guess because I don't own a home or I don't own a business or a car, I don't have anything.
From Brazil, I'm here. I wanted to see the national parks and we can't, and it's ridiculous.
In many ways, actually. I don't work for the government. I'm self-employed. However, just seeing how many of my friends have been being affected, feeling, well, geez, I just might as well go on a vacation, even though I'm probably not even able to really afford that. I feel very frustrated in just seeing how all of our tax money, obviously we're going to be taxed this year, and gee, they're still going to get their paychecks. Everyone's feeling that, but they seem to not really care. I can't remember which particular Democratic congresswoman. She's one of her videos is just going all over the internet right now. She seems like the only one that's actually standing up, full on calling people out. I'm so sorry. I wish I remembered her name. But if you watch any videos of her talking, she's like, we're having this fight over birth control. We're having this fight over women having the right to not allowing employers to choose a woman's birth control for her and so forth, all that kind of stuff. It's frustrating. It feels like we're slowly going backwards just because people are being straight up bigots, really, and refusing to compromise and work together. I personally think Obamacare would help me as someone who my insurance through my mom is running out when I turn 26. And gee, what am I going to do? I can't afford $800 a month, $600 a month. That's my rent.
I don't think it's really affected me personally. We're retired, but we're not on Social Security, so we haven't personally seen any effect. But I know it's devastating to a lot of people.
What would you say some of the effects might be for people?
Well, obviously, you just watch the news and you see the veterans who aren't being taken care of. I'm concerned about Social Security being paid out and all the national parks being shut down. And I mean, it just runs the gamut from top to bottom. The majority of people are probably being affected somehow.
Actually, I'm an international student from Saudi Arabia, so pretty much it didn't affect me.
What do you think of our government doing this shutdown?
Well, I guess it's too bad for the people. It's the government, and I don't think it should be off anytime, So.
Who would you say is to blame for this? Or if you were to place blame, how would you say where the breakdown was?
Honestly, I think the breakdown is in the 24-hour news cycle, where the media sensationalizes everything, that it sort of whips everyone up into a frenzy, including politicians who, whatever side of the aisle they're on, they didn't wander into their jobs. They got their jobs because they were elected to, because people believed in them, because they had the potential to be these incredible leaders, but were sensationalized and whipped up into this frenzy, and it makes good TV. And so I think that's what it is.
I would blame John Boehner and his crew.
And why is that?
Well, they said something on the news about a year ago that him and a few other guys in North Carolina, one particular guy in North Carolina, I don't know who he is, but they said a year ago that they was going to threaten to shut the government down, and that's what happened. So, I mean, they was making plans for this.
I think both parties, because they don't seem to find like a point of common agreement or something. Yeah.
Have you been here visiting America before?
Yes, many times.
And is this the worst experience you've had?
No, not really, but it's still really bad. I know of people who were coming from Korea to visit Yosemite, and they had tickets bought and everything, and they have nothing to do about it.
Well, if I was going to place blame, because I know everyone wants to point fingers and find someone who's like, it's your problem. It's, what's his name? Some Boehner? Him, for not even being willing to listen. See, basically this is a huge temper tantrum. Everyone is freaking out because they're, oh no, we're making a change. We're making a change in our system. What are we going to do? We can't have this happen, just even though it's helping people who really need the help. You know, of course there are glitches. Of course things are going to work out. I'm sure when we first started this country, there were plenty of glitches in our original constitution and figuring all that stuff out. But we need to, this is positive change. You know, everyone, look at the civil rights. There's always, and how people reacted to that. Granted, this is different. And gay rights, of course. And then now, you know, this is something completely different. Yes, it's healthcare, but it's our life. And all of the money, Monsanto, all these other huge pharmaceutical companies are the ones bringing in the money because everyone's paying to quote unquote be healthy, even though there's poison in our food, poison in everything. The way we treat our animals in factory farms is atrocious. I just read recently on, I think it might have been Huffington Post, that there's a salmonella outbreak in Foster Farms chicken. But gee, we don't have anyone able to go to work and make sure that doesn't happen. So now people in Washington, Oregon, California, originated in California, and several other states, Florida, Arkansas, several others are having these cases from, you know, contaminated chicken, which of course are treated horribly. And so now we're getting sick because no one is being paid and are being forced not to work. Excuse my language, it's bullshit. It is bullshit. So we need to, I think as people, as American citizens, you know, we need to band together. And of course, that new, I'm totally forgetting my proper terms, but the new law, oh goodness, what is it? Basically, if we all come together right now and, you know, rise up, we can be considered terrorists, and we will be, you know, we can be interrogated, and so all that other stuff. You can look it all up online. I can't remember. I'm going on a tangent here, but
No, that's perfect.
It's like how we need to do that, but everyone's a little afraid. Everyone's frustrated. I mean, so we need people to get together and organize this to say this is enough. Just allow healthcare to go through. Just because you have money to pay for healthcare, so many other people. I'm down here every day in Pike's Place, and I've personally walked past literally a homeless woman with a 1-month-old child living under a bridge, and I talked to her, and she was not on drugs. The reason why she wasn't on drugs is because she had this baby. It saved her life. And a 1-month-old baby on the street, there's nowhere for her to go right now. Everything is full. And then another woman has medical conditions, has Medicaid, but right now it's been stopped for various reasons. She's clean. She can't get into a place because she has a dog and a husband. If she was a single woman, maybe, but there's still a long list. The list goes on. I can tell you so many people that I see every day out here on the street. Those are the people that need help. But not all of them are on drugs. Not all of them, yeah, of course, yeah, some of them are. Granted, let's be honest here, but not, there are real cases where we need to have compassion for people, and compassion for, just because someone is different from us doesn't make them any less, you know, deserving of help.
I would say Congress, the House of Representatives, yes. The Senate has passed it. These are bills that have been passed that they agreed to pay, and so they should pay their bills.
Well, people working there, either Republicans or Democrats, I mean, if they want to argue about anything, or because somebody want to do this or that, I mean, they should all be working together side by side for the people, and maybe leave their, you know, whatever they don't agree aside, and start doing what's really they're supposed to be doing, which is serving the people.
Right. So what kind of an example do you think this is setting for American citizens?
An example?
As far as them shutting themselves down, saying, oh, okay, I'll quit.
That's not a good example, I mean, I guess. But I don't really know.